It is all love. Everything is love. We are very actively engaging with all of you while you are asleep, as are many other beings and collectives, and we want you to know how valuable your insights are to all of us when we do meet up with you. We hope you understand that you are out there on the leading edge, out there doing the heavy lifting, doing the hard work, and we need to know what that is like. We can observe you, we can measure your vibration. However, when you tell us directly, when you communicate to us what it is like, that is when we get the best possible understanding. This is what you need to do with each other as well. Humans need to communicate with each other while you are still waiting to become completely telepathic with one another. There always needs to be better understanding between humans. That is the best way to have any sort of relationship with another person, whether it is romantic, familial, friendship, co-worker, or with any other type of relationship you have, you must communicate. You must do your best to explain to another what your experiences are like, so that they can walk for a moment in your shoes, and so that they may extend compassion to you. Communication breeds compassion. Compassion elevates the level of consciousness, the overall vibration of the collective, while you all get closer and closer to that moment of ascension because you opened up. We are constantly telling you to open up to us, to the archangels, to the ascended masters, to all the higher frequency beings. However, you also need to open up to each other and realize that the person you are communicating with is source energy, just as much as an archangel is. They have just taken different form and have agreed to operate at a particular vibration, as have you, and you need to understand each other in order to best help each other. This is what humanity needs most of all. You need to understand where someone else is coming from, what their experiences are like to them, and most importantly, how they feel about those experiences. Now, if you are the one who is more enlightened, then you may need to draw the emotions out of the person you are speaking with by asking them the right questions. By helping them better communicate with themselves, you offer them everything that they need in order to raise their vibration and to ascend. You are the ones who are there to help one another return home to Source. This is what you are all doing there together, and it is so important that you recognize your roles in each other's lives. Now, you can always choose to play a slightly different role to a person when it serves you, and it serves them to change that role, raising their frequency. However, the connection is always there between you and the other people that you are communicating with in your lives, and that is important for you to acknowledge as well. These are the things you are meant to do. You are meant to have desires, to take actions, to feel feelings, to communicate with each other. You are meant to create, to experience, to love, and to serve. It does not have to be more complicated than that. It only gets more complicated when you do not communicate. Because the less you communicate, the more confusion there is, and the more confusion there is, the more you tend to be in your mind. As you open your mouth, you open your heart, and as you open your heart, you give something to someone that is so valuable that you cannot put a price on it, nor should anyone try. Remember this in all your interactions with other humans, and you will avoid so much conflict and so much confusion, and you will live in greater harmony with one another, and you will ascend with ease and joy. We welcome humans to assist us in our projects, and know that those of you who receive our messages are also eager to work with us, and we appreciate each and every one of you who is a member of our ground crew. We hope that you realize how important you all are to the ascension process, and as much as you look up to us, we value you. We know that you can assist us to sow the seeds of enlightenment. We know that each of you have different abilities that you have yet to access. And we know that whenever one of you open up to us, you gain more access. We want to work with those of you who are ready to know yourselves as source energy beings. We want to work with those of you who understand that you have the power to create, the power to heal, and the power to transform. We know that humanity is ready for a new grid of energy, a grid that will catapult all of you into the fifth density because of its strength and its purity. We know that those of you who are open and desire to be of service are going to be the conduits to co-create this beautiful ascension grid. The grid is already under construction. However, we need more volunteers. We need individuals like yourselves to open up to receive the energies. You then need to go out and connect with Mother Earth, as most of you love to do. You automatically spread those ascension energies around when you do connect with Mother Earth, when you do go out into Mother Nature. When you allow these energies to flow to you and through you, you automatically co-create the Ascension Grid. We are as excited about this as you are. We know how many of you have been eager to ascend for such a very long time, and we want you to know that this co-creation is a huge piece of the puzzle. The energies that we offer, along with energies coming to you from all parts of the galaxy and universe, are bringing you closer to the completion of this grid and closer to the completion of your shift in consciousness. All you must do is be willing and be open. We know you have the desire. We know that you want to be of service. And when you do go out and connect with Mother Earth and Mother Nature, you allow yourselves to heal, to channel, to transform, and you become the conduits of higher frequency energies that you were always meant to be in this lifetime. We know that so many of you are helpers. You have identified yourselves as light workers, change makers, way showers, and so on. And you want to be a part of the solution. You want to be one who contributes mightily to the evolution of consciousness there on Earth amongst your fellow humans. And if you can step back from the drama that is the divisiveness of much of what is going on in the world today, observe from that higher plateau where you can see what is going on, then you can be of greater service to your fellow humans. You cannot get caught up in it and be a part of the solution to it. If you want to unite humanity and show that you are all ready for ET contact, then you must be willing to let go of the side you usually take. You must be able to rise above it all and recognize that everyone out there is reflecting back to you something that you need to love, heal, forgive, or perhaps appreciate. When you can accept everyone and everything as they are, and as it is, then you can start to see the types of changes that you want to see in the human collective consciousness. Now we hold space for all of you all the time, and we see the improvements. We feel them, and we know that they are coming in the physical realm in every reality and on every timeline. Everything that you do, think, and say not only reflects your reality and the timeline you are currently on, you are affecting the multiverse with everything that you are offering vibrationally, energetically, and with your actions. That is how powerful you are. And when you tap in and you see what is needed, what is being reflected back to you, then you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly where the love is needed most. You know exactly where to send the healing. And that is how being tuned in assists. You do not need to know what to fight against, who the bad ones are, nor who needs to be locked up. You do not need to know any of that to do the good that you are there to do. You do not need to know what secret wars are happening in outer space or there on Earth. You do not need to be a part of that divisiveness. However, if you are made aware of a reality where something is going on, some sort of conflict, some war between various factions, then you send love to everyone involved instead of picking up your sword and joining the fight. This is how you raise the level of consciousness there on Earth, and this is how you ascend. We know that you want to be a part of the solution, and for so many of you who are awake, we know that you already are. Some of you are lagging behind somewhat and are still caught up in the idea of darkness versus light. However, you are getting there. You are getting there, and we can feel that when we tap into the human collective consciousness. That is why we are always so optimistic when we come to you and speak to you in this way. We have been quite fascinated for a very long time by your willingness to give your power away in this free will universe. You do not have to give your power away to anyone or anything, and you certainly do not have to give your power away to any group. However, we see many individuals are doing just that, and then getting angry at whatever they have given their power away to, as if they did not have a choice. You have a choice, always, and we are here to encourage you to take your attention off that which you believe is responsible for your lack of power, for your lack of freedom, your lack of joy. We invite you to put your attention back onto what makes you powerful as source energy beings. Your power does not come from your spiritual gifts and abilities. It comes from your ability to choose how you are going to vibrate, rather than just letting someone or someone else dictate how you must feel. How a human being feels is often a mystery to people around that person. And the mystery is usually because it does not seem as though the person's life circumstances are responsible for all that they are feeling. You want feelings to be logical, because your minds want everything to make sense and to be predictable. But your biggest power is your ability to feel, and that ability is far more powerful than your thoughts, words, and actions. However, you have been trained, while many would say programmed, to fixate on thoughts, words, and actions. That, more than anything else, is what has disempowered you. You have been disconnected by societal programming from how you feel. You are not taught unconditional love in school. However, it is the biggest superpower that you have. Because if you can be love in the face of anything, then you can be in that state of full knowing that you are source energy. And source energy is everything. When you are everything, you are powerful. And yet what we see time and time again is that people are drawing a line in the sand and saying, I am not that. What they are actually saying is, I am not everything. I am not source. And if you are choosing not to be source, then you are choosing to disempower yourselves. Here is what we recommend. Discover through the living of your life what you love and do that thing. Focus on that thing or love that person and focus on that person. Be love, and you have all the power of the universe backing you up. Be in judgment, and you are operating at maybe 50% of who you are as a human being. You are far, far from that source energy power when you are in judgment. Listen to your hearts, follow them, and let them expand to show you how big, beautiful, and loving they are, so that you can catch a glimpse from time to time of the power that you hold within you as source energy beings in the flesh. It excites us to see so many of you finding your paths, your true callings, and we also see that so many of you who have discovered what you are there to do are now acting upon that knowing. We love to witness any of you being in alignment with your true self. As you activate the aspects of yourselves, who know how to do what you want to do, your confidence then builds, and you become more likely to act upon your inspired ideas. You are making tremendous progress there as an awakened collective. You have shifted so much energy, and you have taken your attention off politics, the virus, conspiracy theories, and everything else that is keeping you from knowing what your true mission is there on Earth. You have become sovereign. You have activated your Lemurian selves, your Atlantean selves, and your Egyptian selves. You have activated the inner priest, priestess, shaman, wizard, witch, and oracle. You have become the self that you set out to be for your fellow humans, and it shows. You, as the awakened collective, are moving the needle for the human collective by stepping into those roles with confidence, with certainty, and with a desire to help and to heal. You are there to lead and to guide. You are there to help heal. You are there to love, to forgive. And as empathic beings, you are there to know that compassion is the way. As you lead your fellow humans into the fifth density, just remember that it took you time to get where you are right now. And while it will not take as long for those who are newly awake to get where you are, they are still on a journey. This is a journey after all. It is a marathon and not a sprint. Your patience with your fellow humans will pay off in huge dividends. Your ability to guide them should never be in question. And if you find yourselves questioning whether you have what it takes, remember that this is a new journey. The journey of trusting yourselves is one that will also take time. The journey of remembering who you are as the leader that you were always meant to be is a long one. So be patient with yourselves and your fellow humans, and know that you are making the impact you set out to make. Be aware also of the impact that you have yet to make, but most certainly will make, and know that you will get all the help that you need from the higher realms in those moments. There will be some doubt within you, but less doubt, and you will break through all the self-imposed barriers, all of the limitations, and you will rise up and ascend and lead humanity into the fifth density. This much we know to be true, and we continue to feel the progress you are all making as the awakened collective. We feel we are slowly but surely getting through to more humans. We take the approach of sending love and light to every single human being there on Earth, and we are not alone in this approach. We know, as many other high-frequency beings and collectives do, that it is through love that you will awaken to the truth that you are love. Information is only going to get you so far, because your mind is very limited, and having more information tends to keep you in a mind-orientated state. It is our goal to open your hearts, and this is also the goal and the plan that your higher selves have, and that your spirit guides put into action. Therefore, it takes time for humanity to fully awaken and ascend. It is because people still have the option of saying no. People can choose to reject love, and they can avoid light, because they know that ultimately they will have to feel everything at some point. While some people do not know this consciously, even knowing this at the subconscious level can keep love and light at bay. Those of you who are awake are doing this work also. You cannot help but do so. You cannot help but shine your light and emanate love, because you have discovered that these are the substances of which you are made. You are giving others more access to themselves through the love that you are and the love that you have for them. Even when people reject your love and your kindness, you do not get discouraged. You continue to give it because you understand that you are it, and that really there is no other option from where you are. You have received so much of our love and light, and the more you spread around, the more you get. And that is true whether you are receiving it from us, an archangel, or an ascended master. It is all love. Everything is love. Awakening is about realizing that, and when you realize that, then there is no need to create separation. You do not have to create separation between those who are awake and those who are not. We sometimes use those labels because we are making a point, but we do not seek to separate. We do not wish for anyone to look down on anyone else because of what they believe or what they have yet to discover. As doing so, you will just halt the spreading of the love and the light that you are temporarily. However, it will always come back, and you will always come back to it. You cannot help it. It is within you at all times. It wants to come out. It wants to be expressed, and you are feeling the call to do so all the time and answering the call. Now we continue to recruit your fellow humans, knowing that it will take time, but also enjoying the process. We enjoy the journey because we love offering love. We love witnessing the slight bit of progress in a person, and we especially love that moment when you do get through to someone about who they really are. Take that same approach with your fellow humans and you will not be disappointed. Even better, you will get more love and light to spread around. You will get activated, you will get upgraded, and you will download everything that you need, because you will be in flow, and there is no better place for any of us to be. Te wana, tawa, te awa.